Hey kids, it's Big Top. Today we're back in the garage and we are gonna make a cutting board, but a customized cutting board. We're gonna make a T in it for top. So if you didn't already know, next week I am doing the Route 66 with Peepaw with my dad, with the biggest top. And when I go, I'm bringing a belated Mother's Day gift. She knows something's coming, she doesn't know what it is. So I'm going to attempt to make a cutting board that is predominantly sapele, which is a dark wood, like mahogany in color, and then put a maple T in the middle of it. So I'm trying to work out the math in my head, and if I cut it this way and cut it this way and flip them on the end, and I want it to be end grain. So that's gonna be the tricky part. So let me show you what I'm working with. All this is with cutoffs, scraps from other projects. So I made shelves, these are cutoffs from shelves. I've made cutting boards, these are extras from cutting boards. So various projects throughout the last year or so, I've got all these various different pieces of sapele. So I'm gonna use them to make the predominant dark color of the cutting board with a white maple in between. So first thing we gotta do is make sure they're all the same thickness. So I'm gonna get them all down at this point using the table saw down to 1 3/4 inch. We'll start with that. First things first, always start with safety. Safety goggles, headphones for the ears. I then ran them through the planer to get them all about 1/4 inch thick. Now that I have everything cut and planed to the same thickness this way, they might be slightly taller. I have a few of these extra pieces here, but when I plane them, it'll thickness them the same level. So I'm gonna do this in 3 parts. This is the main body of the T. The vision is glue it up this way, cut the ends so they're all level, plane it so it's all flat, and then cut it every inch, and then turn them on the ends so that you get the end grain facing up. Do the same thing here, but I've cut this a little thicker because I need this. When I turn it, I'm gonna have to cut it so it's the same thinness as my T here. So I'm gonna have to finagle that. So this is the one that's gonna be maybe a slightly different thickness than these. And then this is my vision for the top and the bottom, so that the white of the T will be in the middle and you'll have the dark sapele around the outside, both top, either side, and the bottom. So we'll proceed with the glue up and fingers crossed. Sorry about that, I got right into the flow of working and I glued up the top piece. So that's the top piece set, and leave that for at least 2 hours. All right, now everything's had a chance to dry. We're gonna have to rip the paper off of this one, which is fine. That's the top section, get rid of these. Now for the lower part of the T. Let's check widths. That seems to be about right. And that seems to be about right. So I know it's a massive T right now, but it'll be shaped. What we're gonna do now, so plane them flat on both sides. Once they're flat, we'll cut the edges on both sides until they're smooth. So here's my logic in all this. So this is the base of the T, this is the cross of the T, but when I cut it, you know, this end will be up. And when I cut these and I turn them all so the end grain's up, it'll all look the same. And I'll just have to make sure that this is the same width as this to make it uniform. And this is kind of a top and a bottom. So let's square them off. So I apologize, I keep forgetting to move the camera. So I did the glue up. You can see this one is slightly off center. It is what it is, it's already committed. I tried breaking it off, but it would have done too much damage. So it's in there permanently, but I'll leave this for 2.5 hours. Then I'll sand it smooth, round the edges, and then we'll sand it again after that before applying the oil. So this is what it looks like now. It's been about 2 hours. I'm gonna take it out and then we're gonna run it through my planer. I know some people think that's a bad idea. I've done multiple this way, it doesn't hurt it. So we'll do that and then we'll cut the sides and then we'll round it. All right, now that we've got it cut and rounded, everything's rolled over, now we're gonna sand. I'm gonna start by using 100 grit sandpaper. And even when you run through the planer, you can kind of see there's usually a few little extra lines that are left by the blade. Sometimes that's by nicks, other things. So I'm gonna sand it down, then we'll do 200 grit, then we're gonna get it wet, and then we're gonna sand it one more time. And when you get it wet, that raises the grain. They stand up, then we'll sand it one more time, and that'll smooth everything out. So, as always, I use air protection. Now we get it wet and wipe down the grain. And that'll kind of give you the idea of the finished product. Now we let it dry for about 15 minutes, and I use painter's pyramids. And I leave it there. All right, it's been 15 minutes, everything is dried. I mean, it's amazing. You could feel the grain standing up. We're going to sand it one more time with 200 grit sandpaper, and then we'll wipe it down. It's absolutely amazing how smooth this gets after you sand it. So when you raise the grain, it feels rough again, but you sand it again and butter smooth. So now the next steps are to wipe it down to get all the dust off of it. And then when we're done, we're gonna put on some walrus oil. That's just the name of the brand. It's not anything to do with walruses. This is the cutting board oil that we'll leave for 24 hours. Let it absorb in, then we'll come back tomorrow, wipe off any excess, and then we'll put on the wax. You can see how quickly this darkens up with the stain, or the oil, excuse me, not the stain. And the end grains are like straws, so they're just gonna soak it up. All right, we will leave this for 24 hours, and we'll come back tomorrow and we'll wipe off any excess oil, and then we'll put on the wax, which makes it food safe. Hey kids, it's been 24 hours, so this, you can still see, I don't know if it shows up on camera, there's still a layer of oil on the outside, which is okay. What we're gonna first do is use this rag and wipe off any excess oil that's on there, and then we're going to apply this wood wax, which is the walrus oil. So this is what makes it food safe. Without further ado, And it's a warmer day, and I intentionally left this wax outside so that it would heat up and make this job a little easier. All right, now that that's on, we'll leave this for 24 hours. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll wipe off any excess wax and it'll be done. Well, it's been 24 hours, so the wax has had time to set in. You can even see the thumbprint from where I carried it up. We'll use a rag to wipe off any excess wax, and then we're done. She's food safe and ready to go. There she goes. She's all done. Well, there she is. It's a custom cutting board. This is it. It looks good. I think the grains look great. The good contrast. If you actually watch this, happy belated Mother's Day, Mom. Nice surprise for you. As a reminder, in 2 weeks, you're gonna see the first of a few different legs of Route 66. So me and my dad are driving Route 66 in 4 days, 5 days. So we'll see you soon. Appreciate you watching. Have a good one. Like, subscribe, share. Appreciate you. Bye.